Hey everyone, Laughing Lich Corporation here with Sushi. And
Hello.
Sushi is going to be doing a tutorial one-on-one session with us today. And
Yes.
so, here we go. I'm going to set the scene for you, and we are going to continue on with what we're just going to roleplay with it. So, here we go. Sushi, you
Yes.
are the daughter of a noble family, and your life has always been chosen for you. Everything from what you eat to what you dress to how you present yourself has always been chosen for you by your family, and it's never really sat well with you. Now, you may have had a few friends in life, and you had a very comfortable life, but you wanted more. You found yourself in love with someone who was not of the proper caliber that your parents would approve of. So, you would keep it as secret as possible, sneaking off into the night, going into the gardens below your bedroom, and enjoying his company. Well, after several long months of wondrous bliss, your parents found out. They were not happy with you, and especially not happy with this commoner. They would never let their daughter try to commiserate with such a person. And so, they ordered his death. And you watched as your parents gave the order, the guards took him away, brought him into the town square, and executed him. This brought you to your breaking point. After seeing this, you decided that it was time to leave. And you knew, because of your studies, that there were ways to get people back from the dead. And you were determined to make sure that that would happen. And so you packed a few bags and a few supplies, and you left in the middle of the night, into the deep forest, where you knew that someone or something might have been able to help you. As you travel through the forest, it is dark and very difficult to see. You go to several miles away, deep in the forest where you've never been before, and you begin calling out, looking for this individual. And in the darkness, with nothing but moonlight showing, through the trees, you see an individual, and they look like they're just tending a fire outside their hut. This seems strange to you. You didn't know there were any huts or individuals here. But you approached them, and you asked them for a favor, something that you were looking for. The individual replies, I'm exactly what you were seeking. And he looks at you, finally. His eyes, you can see, are aglow of some sort of a deep purplish red. And he says, you want your lover back, is that correct? What does Medea say?
Yes, I would do anything to bring him back.
Anything. Even something for someone like me. If I could help you, would you help me?
Yes, I am willing to do anything. I would help out in any way that I can to bring him back in my quest.
Very well. In order for you to go on this quest for me, you're going to need something a little bit more. And at this point, he takes what looks to be some sort of a bowl with ash in it. And he takes it up, puts it right up to your face, and blows it in your face. You kind of cough as the smoke engulfs you. And you look around. You are no longer in the forest. And you see this being in front of you start to shift and change their body. And instead of a human in front of you before, you now see a decrepit, decaying body. So, in order for you to get what you want, you have to become that which you are looking for. The dead. And at this point, he blows the ash on you once more, and it covers your body, making your skin turn white and pale. You feel your fingers go cold a little bit more. And just like that, you feel your heart slow down ever more. And then, blackness. You wake up. It's a few hours later. The sun is just about to rise. You look around. The hut is gone. The individual is gone. But your skin is still very much pale white, and your heartbeat is slow, and you feel cold. You look down at your person, and you can see a list written in very scratchy scritches, and it reads somewhere along the lines of, head south, several miles. There is a town known as Hartford. You will find a cemetery just outside of town. Look inside the knot of the tree, and that is where your adventure will begin. Medea, what would you like to do?
I would follow along the instructions.
All right. You begin heading south, and southward you go for several hours until you arrive just outside of a town. And right now you are just outside of the town, but you don't see any kind of a cemetery. Are you going to go into town and ask around, or would you like to try and perceive the area around you?
I would like to go into the town and ask around.
All right.
First.
So you go into the town of Hartford. It is a small village, not really a town. And as you begin walking through, people are starting to get up. You can see the smokestacks coming out of the houses, the light from inside the houses as people begin waking up and start going about their business. You see what looks to be a smithy tending to his forge, and this dwarf looks up at you, kind of gives you a quizzical look and says, well, I haven't seen anything like you before. Where are you from?
Oh, sorry. So from a far distant land, but just reborn as well.
Interesting. I'm not really one religious one of myself, but you look lost. You need something? Anything I can help with?
I was looking for a cemetery nearby, and I heard that there's a big tree in the middle of it. Do you happen to know any of that sort?
I do. Do you have a family relative or something? That's kind of an old cemetery. No one's been buried there in years.
No, I just have something to do that I must do over there.
He seems a little skeptical. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
What do I do?
A d20. Almost always it will be a d20, and then you will add your persuasion modifier, which is a +5. An 18 plus 5. That is a very, very good roll. He looks at you and just goes, all right, well, I guess you seem trustworthy. Just don't disturb the grave, as sometimes people like to go and snoop around. Had to chase away a few grave robbers, or at least I thought they were. Yeah, it's over there. Head into the forest a little bit, and it's a little secluded, but you should be able to find it. The tree kind of glows a little bluish. You'll definitely see it.
I head towards the tree that
All right.
he pointed.
You begin heading towards this tree, and as you do, you can see through the town that it's small. Lots of children, a few families, looks like farmers mostly, maybe a smithy, as you met the smithy already, a small tavern and an inn, but otherwise, not really much here. It seems like a very quiet kind of a town. But you head over, and as you do, you come across a cemetery inside this forest. And as you do, you can see that these tombstones are very, very old. You look upon this beautiful, large wisteria tree with blue leaves, and you can see just, this is a secluded spot, but the brightness of the sun is now shining down upon this forest, and really, it's a tranquil, peaceful place.
let me look what's in the tree. Not.
Sure. You look around the tree trying to find this knot. I'm going to need an investigation check.
Oh, 3.
Okay. A 3 plus a 0 is your investigation. So, as you begin looking around this tree, you don't see it immediately. It's really difficult to identify, but you do hear, because your passive perception is 11, you do hear someone coming up from behind you. And you look around, and you can see that this individual looks to be some sort of a small, scaled being. Maybe about 3 feet tall, but otherwise very strange looking, and has kind of a face of a dragon, and doesn't look relatively pleasant. And he is carrying a shovel, and he looks at you and just says, "Who are you? Why are you here?"
Can you help me, sir?
Only if you can help me.
What can I help you with?
Gonna need help me dig up a few bodies, and let's say we split the earnings.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. So he gives you the shovel, and what do? You start digging?
I start digging, but I want you to keep your promise, sir. I really need this. It's important to me.
All right. So you start digging just underneath the tombstone, and he goes, "Don't worry, you can trust me." Go ahead and give me an insight check to see just how much you really do trust him.
Oh. Oops.
Okay. A 6 plus your insight is a plus
7.
1, 7. Seems rather trustworthy. I mean, small little dragon folk kind of person. I mean, what's not to trust? So, you begin digging, and I'm going to need an athletics check. It's going to take you a little bit of time to do this. So, an athletics check, and you're going to do this for, let's see. Okay, 14, not bad. You actually do this relatively quickly, and this individual is right here just kind of watching you, crossing his arms, and as you dig down deep into this crevice, it takes you about an hour, but he's just watching and crossing his arms, and you find a coffin, and he goes, "Find anything good in there? Come on. People, I think, are going to come over here soon."
Okay, can you help me with lifting up the coffin, sir?
You could do it yourself. Come on, hurry up.
Should I, I want to use athletics. Is it athletics?
So you want to lift up the coffin?
I do want to lift the coffin.
Roll athletics.
16.
Very nice. With a lot of strength that you didn't really realize that you had before, you hoist up the coffin and push it up onto the ground, and this individual just rushes over immediately and opens up the coffin. And as he goes inside the coffin, let's see, you can see that there's a very much dead body, skeleton, and on the skeleton just so happens to be a nice gold ring. This individual, he is going to snatch it from the coffin, and he just looks at you and says, "Thanks!" And he starts running away. What are you going to do?
I use my... Is it... Oh, did I not choose the one that pulls the person back?
The spell?
Yes.
So you have, let's see, you have a few spells. You have Witch Bolt, Hellish Rebuke, Bane, and Toll the Dead, and Chill Touch. The one that pulls them back, I don't believe you chose that as an invocation because, yes, you did not choose that.
So, I start sprinting towards him.
All right, are you going to attack him?
I will attack him.
All right, we're going to roll initiative. Go ahead and give me an initiative check. That is a d20, and you can see your initiative is +0, so it's... Ooh, that's a natural 1. I'm sorry. He is going to add a turn, and he's going to roll his attack, or not his attack, his initiative, which is a 15. So that is a 15, and this is a 1. All right, let me change the music real fast, and we are going to have ourselves a little chase. I want that one. All right. Okay, so dang it, there we go. He is going to just bolt it. He is running as fast as he can, and he is now 60 feet from you. He double dashed away from you, 60 feet away from you, all right? So now, after he did that, that's the end of his turn. What would you like to do as he is 60 feet away from you?
I would like to use Chill Touch. Is that 60 feet? Oh, is that a...
Yes, so during combat, you have an action, a bonus action, and movement speed. Your movement speed is 30 feet, and your action can be any kind of a spell that requires an action. If you look at the spell, it will say 1A, which is one action, or a BA, which is a bonus action.
Oh.
And so you can do these in any order that you want. You want to move first, then cast a spell. You want to cast a spell, then move. You don't want to move. You don't want to cast a bonus action. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. So you want to cast a spell, it sounds like.
I use a dash, and I use Chill Touch.
All right, so you move 30 feet to catch up with him. You're now 30 feet behind him, and you use Chill Touch. Go ahead and roll me a d20 plus 5. 14 plus 5 will hit his AC. That is beautiful. Go ahead and roll that damage. That is a D8. 1 point of damage. All right, that's okay. 1 point of damage as he takes that point. He turns around and goes, ah, damn it! And he doesn't look happy that you just attacked him. And he takes out what looks to be a longsword, and he just says, hopefully you have something good on you as well. I didn't want to have to fight, but oh well. And he turns around. Is that the end of your turn? You move 30 feet, which is however much you can move. You used an action. Do you have any bonus actions you would like to use?
I use Deception. I want to use Deception. I use Deception. Or is that how it not works?
So look at your bonus action table, and you can see that for a bonus action, you can use Form of Dread. You can use pretty much Form of Dread or 2-weapon fighting, but you won't use that. But you could use Form of Dread.
And what does Form of Dread do?
So that is where you manifest an aspect of your patron's dreadful power. And as a bonus action, for 1 minute, you transform, taking on this grotesque, disgusting, scary kind of a look. Maybe it's you crying your eyes out with blood coming out of your eyes, remembering your lover. And it causes this individual, this lizard person, to potentially be feared. And you also gain some extra temporary hit points.
Yes, I use Form of the Dread.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d10 to determine how many hit points you gain. So you have 2 temporary hit points. So you currently have 19 plus 2 hit points. So just remember that. Describe what your Form of Dread looks like as you use this ability.
I am enraged at the fact that somebody tried to take advantage of me and broke a promise with me, and I remember that it's a hinge. Is it a hinge? Or the hinge to my quest to bring back my lover. So with this, I have like bloodshot red eyes, and I laid out a scream.
Beautiful. All right. Let's see. Moon saving throws. All right. So you have the Form of Dread active currently. If you are to attack or hit this creature on your next turn, it could be frightened. But they look at you, kind of scared, and come after you at this point. You already used your bonus action and your action and your movement speed, so there's really nothing else you can do. So you end your turn. He is going to rush you, go 30 feet, and try to attack you with his short sword. And that is going to be an 18 plus 3. I believe that is going to hit your AC, which is 11. So you're going to take 6 points of damage. So that is temporary hit points first is gone, and then 4 after that is going to be a, what is that, 15? You have 15 hit points now. And he is right up in your face, trying to defend himself as well as take the ring, which is currently around his finger. It is now your turn.
I tell him that riches don't entice me. I just wanted something. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I just needed you to keep your promise, so I use Unarmed Strike.
Sure.
After that.
All right, so an Unarmed Strike is not going to do a lot of damage for you. Are you sure you don't want to use a sickle or a hand axe?
Oh, I thought, like, if someone is near me, it attacks more or something like that with the Unarmed Strike, right?
So yeah, an Unarmed Strike is like you punching him. You could literally punch him. But if you want to use a weapon, such as a hand axe or a sickle or a dagger, you might do a little bit more damage, because a punch only will deal 1 point of damage. Always. So, not that much.
I want to use a hand axe.
Alright, you take out the hand axe, roll a d20 plus 2. 19 plus 2, that is beautiful. You definitely hit them. Roll a d6. That is 1 point. You're just not getting good attacks on him, but it's okay. He's not happy with you, and because you hit him, that means he needs to make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you. And he is going to roll a 16. Unfortunately, he beats your wisdom save by 3 points, but you can still do it next turn. Anything else? You have a 2-weapon attack, so as a bonus action, you can use your dagger if you want.
I do use a dagger. I throw my dagger at him.
Yeah, you try to stab him, roll a d20 plus 2. 19. You have great hits. Roll a d4. 4 points of damage. There we go. There it is. All right, so 4 points of damage, and awesome. All right, it is his. Do you want to move anywhere? If you move out of his range, he might get an opportunity attack on you, so I don't suggest that you move out of his range. Okay, so I assume you're not going to move. It is his turn. He is going to take another swing at you and just say, give me all your money, and this will end easily. This is a 13 to hit. That will hit, unfortunately. And he rolled 3 points, so you take 3 points of damage. You are now down to 11 hit points. All right, that is his turn. It's now your turn.
Now I use Chill Touch.
All right. You can. A ranged spell attack will always have disadvantage when you are within 5 feet. So you still can, but it will be a disadvantage. So just be aware of that.
Oh, then I dash away a little bit, and then I use my Chill Touch.
All right. As you run away a little bit, he's going to take an attack of opportunity as a reaction.
Oh.
An 8 plus 2 is 10. It does not hit you because your armor class is 11, so you are good. You may now roll a Chill Touch, or would you like to roll a Toll the Dead, which might do more damage now that he's hurt?
Yes, I would like to roll the Toll of the Dead.
Sure. Roll a d20 plus 5 to Toll the Dead. That is a 12 plus 5. That will definitely hit. Roll that d12 because he is hurt, and he will take 5 points of damage. Excellent. All right. And because you hit him, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw because you have the Form of Dread. He is not frightened of you just yet. That is your action, and you can't do a bonus action. Unfortunately, just double checking something. Yeah, you can't do a bonus action because you're already doing the Form of Dread. All right, so he is going to kind of step away from you and just say, "What are you?" And he is going to chuck a dagger at you as he throws it. Oof, that's an 18 that will hit. 1 plus 2 points of damage, 3 more points of damage to you, and that I believe brings you down to 8 points, hit points currently. All right, and it's your turn.
Then I would like to, use my chill touch.
So really quick.
Wait. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yes.
Really quick. You do have a reaction. Hellish Rebuke is a spell you could use if you wanted to. You point.
I didn't see it.
It's on your list if you go down your page, scroll down way far down. It wouldn't be on the first page. It would be on like one of the last pages. But those are your higher level spells that will do much more damage. But your Hellish Rebuke is a reaction. Because he hit you, you can use a Hellish Rebuke. You point your finger at a creature that has damaged you and is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. And the creature must make a dexterity saving throw and take 10 damage. And that's only a reaction, which you get 1 per round. Would you like to use it?
I would like to use Hellish Rebuke.
All right, that is 1 spell slot that you have used, and you only have 2 of them, so just keep that in mind. You've used 1 of them. So roll me a 2d10, and I will roll his dexterity saving throw. 16, he is going to pass.
2d10.
All right, 12 points because he dodged out of the way. He's engulfed in flames. Going, damn it! And he is going to take 6 points of damage, which is quite a lot. And because you hit him, he has to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of you. 5. He looks at you now, realizing that you are not a normal person, and he is frightened of you. He cannot move closer to you, and all attacks against you are with disadvantage for him. So he is cowering now, fearful of you. That was only your reaction. You now have your full turn. What would you like to do?
If I use my turn for talking to him, will I miss my turn? Like,
you can
he?
Yeah, so you can talk. Talking is always a free action. You can do that however you want. If you want to persuade him or intimidate him or deceive him or use any kind of a skill check, any of your skills, that is 1 action. So if you use an action, then you can't use certain spells that require an action.
And how many actions do I get?
You get 1 action, 1 bonus action, and movement speed.
1 bonus action and 1 bonus speed. And then spells also count as an action.
Yes, if you look at Chill Touch, Toll the Dead, Bane, Silent Image, and Witch Bolt, they all have 1A, which is 1 action. So if you use a skill check to intimidate him, you cannot use any of these spells.
Can I know how much health he has?
You can look at him, and I can tell you, he looks really beat up. Probably 1 more hit, and he could die.
Then I use intimidation.
I
tell him, you have to. I would say, how dare you try to deceive me? I will end you if you don't show me the knot of the tree right now. And I use intimidation with
All right. Roll a D20 and give me your intimidation, which is a +5. You get a 10. So that's middle of the road. He's already frightened of you. Actually, you get advantage because he is frightened of you. Go ahead and roll again. Make sure that is not higher. A D20.
Right?
Yep. A 12 plus 5, a 17. He is pissing his pants at this point. He takes the ring and he drops it onto this rock right here, and he's like cowering at you, and he climbs up the tree and points at that on the trunk, up at the tree, kind of high up. He goes, there it is, I'm leaving, and he starts running away. And that was his turn. He's going to run another 60 feet away from you. So he is a total of 70 feet away from you. Do you just let him go?
I use chill touch.
Chill touch is only 60 feet.
Oh,
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
it is 120 feet.
It is 120. I was thinking of Toll the Dead. You are correct. All right, you're just going to kill him outright. Go ahead and roll that attack. Let's see if it hits. A 7 plus 5. That is a 12. That will hit. Roll a d8. 7. All right. Because you killed this individual, you get to describe what we see as the audience or the DM or your other companions. I know there's no one here right now, but during the real game there would be. So, how do you kill this individual? What do we see Medea do to kill this individual?
I would raise my hand and then just look condescendingly down on him as I use chill touch and finish him off.
So you see the spectral hand come out from your hand, reach out 70 feet, flying towards him, and then it grabs him by the neck, and you see the necrotic energy just flow through his veins, and...
Yes, just like sap the life away from him.
And with
without
that...
any... And then I don't show any emotions at all at that moment. So.
Excellent. And with that, this kind of moment of hysteria has now subsided, and everything is quiet again. You hear the birds chirping once more, and the little skitterings of things around you. The forest comes back alive, and your form of dread disappears. You're a little hurt, but there is now a dead body over there, and a ring over here, and he pointed out the knot on the tree. What would you like to do?
I would take the ring and put it back in the coffin.
Oh.
And then I would make my way towards the knot of the tree.
All right. As you reach into the knot of the tree, you feel mostly leaves and twigs and such like that. But after a while, you do find something very similar to what you just put back into the coffin. Another ring.
I inspect the ring.
All right. Make an Arcana check.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Make an Arcana check. So that is a d20 plus your Arcana. Okay. And what's your Arcana?
+0. So that
would
be 2.
And it's a beautiful ring. It's actually it's a ring and a whistle at the same time, and it's carved of what looks to be some sort of a transparent crystal that resembles a tiny dragon curled up in like a snail, and that curl kind of makes the ring of it. But it definitely is a whistle of some sort. But you're not quite sure what it would do. You know what the description is, but is it a magical item or is it not? You have no idea.
I tried to blow on it to see if it does anything.
All right. So, as you blow on this whistle, you feel an energy come out from this ring. And as you feel this energy come out from this ring, it comes onto your hand and then jettisons off of your hand and immediately goes to where the coffin is, where that skeleton lay. You just used Animate Dead, and now you hear the crackling of bones as this creature begins to stand up out of the coffin and walk over to you and just wait for your command.
What's your name?
Does not respond.
Okay. I name you Adam.
Adam.
And I hope you will help me in my quest with loyalty.
He
And
gives a nod, and you hear a creak in his neck.
like, you can go back to the ground for now, and then I will call you when I need you. Just that like that.
He stretches and then falls backward back into the coffin. What would you like to do?
Now- Oh, falls back into the coffin?
Is that what you said? I'm sorry. What did you say?
I thought I could store it. That's why I store him in my shadow. Can I do that?
In your shadow. It's a full skeleton.
I don't know what I can do with a skeleton. Then
That's up
I
for
don't
you.
want-
That's up for you to figure out.
I don't want to walk around with a skeleton.
That is a good point.
Oh my god. Can't think of anything. Is it just a skeleton?
Yeah, it's just the one skeleton from this coffin that you dug up.
I want to use what is this? Can I use out of combat, like my spells out of combat?
Absolutely.
I want to use silent image on the skeleton. Does that like change his appearance?
All right, so let's read silent image real fast. So silent image, you create an image or object or creature, some other visible phenomenon that is no larger than 50-foot cube, and the image appears on the spot of range that lasts for the duration. The duration is 10 minutes. The image is purely visual and is accompanied by sound. You can use your action to cause the image.
No.
Now, hold on. So, because this is a first level spell, but I believe silent image, because it is an invocation that you chose, you can cast this as many times as you want. Is that correct? I think that is. So, all you have to do is concentrate on this image for an extended period of time whenever you are in town. And as long as you are okay with that, there are things that can break your concentration, and then it could maybe be bad for you, but you can do this. I agree with this. So you can. What do you make him look like as you cast silent image?
I make him look like any normal villager so that he can accompany me.
Okay. Farm clothes, basic tan,
Yes.
farmer's tan, maybe a hat just to kind of conceal it. And he gives a little jump, and you can hear the creaks in his bones, but otherwise looks like a normal person.
Yes. And I don't know.
So, what would you
I
like to
don't
do
know.
now?
I make my way towards the village now.
Okay, sure. So, as you begin heading back to the village, it's been a few hours now. You've been traveling for quite a long time, and it's starting to get closer to nighttime. And as you do get closer to the village, you can hear what sounds like the villagers kind of shouting something. And from the distance, you look and you can see that the villagers are rushing back into their homes. And as they do, you notice that there seems to be some sort of a raiding party. Many individuals, similar to those lizard folk that you saw earlier. You also notice that some of them are more furry. They look to be of fiendish nature as they run towards the village and begin pillaging and breaking open the doors and trying to take things from the villagers. What would you like to do, if anything? You do not have to go to the village. You can turn around and just go elsewhere.
I would turn around and search for another place to go.
All right. So you begin heading to another area. You go eastward, and to get away from this village. It's not your business, not your deal, so you are going to leave. And as you do, you get to a point where you get to a bridge. This is only after maybe an hour of traveling or so. And after that hour, oops, that's not you. After about an hour of traveling, you hear what sounds like movement coming from behind you. And you look around, and you can see that it's these raiders, once again, carrying their spoils. And they are running right at you, towards this bridge. What would you like to do?
I use my axe to cut down the ropes of the bridge.
So you're going to cross the bridge first?
Yes, I would dash out of the bridge and then cut the ropes tying to the bridge.
All right, so as you cross this bridge is pretty rickety. It's really slippery because the water vapor is always on this bridge. I'm gonna need an acrobatics check because it's really slippery and you don't want to hurt yourself. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics. 14 plus 0. Okay, so you're able to get across without an issue. It's not that bad. And you begin cutting the rope of this bridge. They are coming at you quite fast. It's gonna be really difficult to do this in time. I'm gonna need an athletics check as you're just hacking away at this rope. 20.
Oh.
Before you can finish cutting the rope, these individuals are upon you. And they look down at you. There's probably a solid 5 of them. And they look down at you and just say, "I don't think that's going to work, lady." And that is where we will end our session.
Oh.
All right, so what do you think about your first time playing D&D?
It was really fun. Just like I didn't expect like some stuffs to do, you know, like I didn't know the vastness of what I could do as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, a lot to learn, but I really had fun in the end.
Excellent. So, yeah, you can do anything you want. Anything. It's up to the dice if whether or not you do it or not, but you can really do anything. So that was really fun, and we will schedule an actual one-shot and pick up right at this point for our one-shot when we play. So the other individuals, they will all end up here, and we will all start at the same spot. So it should be very interesting to see what happens. But thank you so much. It was great having you. And do you have any questions for me?
I think I saw something, but I don't remember. So I can just find out what these spells do online, right?
Absolutely. You can look them up online. You can also you can just Discord me, message me, and I can just send them to you pretty easily. But yeah, all right.
Does my health point also restore itself after a fight, or?
It does not. You need to take a short or long rest in order to do that. But we'll cover that. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sushi. It was great having you.
Thank you very much for
All right.
having me as well.